Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bullshit Goals. This is Matt and Jason with you, and Jason, I thought we'd get right to it today because of all the BS that's been going on in the National Hockey League for the free agency, which opened today.
You gotta fill me in on some of this. I've been at work. I'm in the dark here.
Okay, well, basically, the biggest bullshit that's gone on is two icons of Pittsburgh sports folklore are now Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh, wow.
And I'm talking about Jaromir Jagr, who of course is legendary in Pittsburgh for his mullet, and also Maxime Talbot, who's legendary for his awful A&L Motors commercials.
I was gonna say, is Talbot really qualify as a legend?
I'm going to proposition both of these gentlemen and see if they want to take over an apartment that comes with squirrels in the roof.
You just moved, right?
I just picked up the keys today to my new place.
So you're telling me that the Flyers in 1 week have traded arguably their two best offensive players, Jeff Carter and Mike Richards.
Yeah.
Paid $1 billion for Brizgalov.
Yeah.
Who was terrible in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now just signed a 39-year-old Jagr and Maxime Talbot, who he's not really that great, right? He's basically a third or fourth line player, right?
Jagr's getting $3.3 million for 1 year.
Jeez.
And if that ain't big enough of a joke, Talbot's getting $9 million for 4 years.
Okay, so what you're saying is basically we got Jagr, Talbot, and Brizgalov for Carter and Richards. You think that makes the Flyers better?
I think it makes the Penguins almost assured to win the Atlantic this year. If there is an Atlantic, they're supposed to restructure.
Yeah, you might end up being in the same division with the Sharks. And in other news, because we haven't actually talked about this, and I saw the PDF image of the JPEG. Somebody just officially got paid by Rinketology.
Yes, indeed. BS Goals was a big winner in the Rinketology this year. We came in second place out of 300 in our conference. So that was a nice payout, nice payday. And the only disappointing part is I had Crosby on the team, and obviously he didn't play. So turns out if I had picked any other Penguin, including Chris Connor, I would have scored first place.
I like when you say it like including Chris Connor, because he's maybe like one of your better players in the playoffs.
I seem to recall him fanning on a penalty shot in a critical Game 5 or Game 6.
All this talk about the Pens just makes me miss the Sharks, my team. Let's get into this game. We played San Jose, Pittsburgh, and this was supposed to be the series. This was what we wanted to have happen so we could both stay interested the entire playoffs.
Right, for a Stanley Cup final.
Exactly.
In this particular bullshit, Pascal Dupuis blows a goal past Antti Niemi while diving in on his stomach.
They basically used some form of Jedi Force to score this goal.
So here he is coming up through center. Takes a long slapper from the top of the face-off circle. Antti Niemi makes a pretty routine save, and then while Dupuis comes charging in after the puck, Niemi drops the puck, and Dupuis blows it in.
For people that are actually watching this in Hungary, while Matt and I are playing these games, we're constantly on G-Chat, going back and forth if anything happens, and as soon as this happened, I wrote, BS, ? And I remember you thinking, I'm not so sure about that.
I thought that I had successfully not so much poke-checked the puck in, but swatted it in from Niemi's trapper. But as we see soon in the other angles, the reverse angles, Dupuis never actually comes into contact with Niemi whatsoever. So Niemi drops the puck right in front of him, and then kind of does a little twist and sort of kicks it behind him, allowing Dupuis to really focus on it there with his mind and push it past the red line.
Dupuis' stick touches nothing.
Exactly. He just kind of swats blindly at it, but you can see here he completely misses Niemi. Niemi doesn't even see him. Niemi's like looking over to his right. He's like, oh, hey, Danny Boyle, what are you doing for dinner tonight? It's like looking over at Danny Boyle, not even paying attention to fucking Dupuis, who's just like pretty much, let's just face it, he's doing about as good as Pascal Dupuis is going to do right here.
Yeah, this is actually best case scenario of his play.
Right, this is like his career highlight right here.
You remember that game where Pasquale went full horizontal on the ice and completely whiffed, but Niemi threw it off of his balls and we scored? I remember that. I was eating a Permanis. This is why we do this show. We decide to play this, totally focused, playing hardcore in these games, and then I got the computer throwing pucks off of their own fucking taint and potentially costing me games that we've invested like 30 minutes in playing.
But what do you expect from a player named Ante?
That's true. That is true.
At the same time, I think you came back to win this game.
I did, actually.
So you don't really have a gripe to go
I
on
was
here.
trying to get all heated, but in the end, yeah, I think I'm still kicking your ass. We haven't even finished this series yet.
But here, I just want to point out this awesome screenshot. There's Dupuis in fucking midair, suspended in midair. This guy really wants to score this goal.
Yeah, and he touches nothing. He's all heart. He wants it so bad.
Yeah, my brother will be happy to see this one because Dupuis is his favorite player.
How does that happen? That's like me going, you know that Scott Nickel? He's my favorite Shark. I follow his career. I love him.
So that about does it here. I guess we need to rate this guy.
Because I ended up coming back to win the game, I know I shouldn't put that in the context, but it didn't cost me the game. That would be the ultimate bullshit. So because it didn't, I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
I think, Jason, I'm going to go with a 6 here, just because I do think that Dupuis has some tricks up his sleeve, and I don't think this was completely Niemi's fault. I think just the sight of the formidable Dupuis bearing down upon him there really freaked him out, forcing him to poop the puck into his own net, much like Fleury did in that one shootout goal.
Are you serious? Did you essentially just give it a 6 because in your explanation, basically you believe in the possibility of magic?
Well, you gotta make some sort of explanation for this kind of shit. These people are professionals.
That's fine. Agree to disagree.
Alright. Well, hopefully our next goal won't have any magic. It'll just be pure bullshit.
That would be nice.
And I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited for NHL 12. I can't wait to beat the living shit out of Yager and Talbot.
Wait, to all of our domestic and international listeners, all 5 of you out there, thanks again for tuning in. We apologize for the delay in getting an episode up, but it's been hard to find bullshit lately. But thanks for listening.
Yeah, we hope to see you soon with some more juicy bullshit.
All right, go back to drinking. Good night, everybody.